Hey guys, today it's Sunday and I am going to do some cold weather garden prep. I'm going to get a few big things done today that I've been looking forward to do in my autumn garden, and a lot of this stuff we've been clearing out behind me, and I am ready to plant garlic for spring, put some arugula in for winter and put a cold frame over it, prune my plumcot tree, which I have not done since I planted it. It is years overdue, and some other little things around the garden. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing to prep for winter / next spring and give you guys a little look into what I'm doing. Even though it's about 50 degrees out, it's decently cool and cold weather is coming fast. So here we go. So this is my plumcot tree. It's the oldest fruit tree that I have in my backyard. And as you can see, it's just growing wild, and it did not produce this year because I just really haven't pruned it. And if you want good fruit yield on these, you need to prune them. So that is one of the big things we want to get done today. I've got to take these off, these ones that go straight up, and clear out some of the branches in the middle that are overlapping. You want a lot of airflow, and you want to get all of these vertical branches off on stone fruit type trees. I'm not an expert at this, but I am just going to give it a go. So if you're really good at this, leave your tips below, and don't be too hard on me. I'm just a beginner. In this first bed, I have a little arugula that's gone to flower. I'm still going to keep eating that, but I'm going to put a whole bunch more arugula. My dog is going crazy. I'm going to put a whole bunch more arugula in here. This will be my third seeding of arugula this year, and this is my smallest bed, and it's the only one I have a cold frame for. So this will be the one that I can actually grow some greens in, probably through December before it just gets too cold here. And I want to just show you quickly how beautiful the color is on my blueberry bushes right now. They are on fire for fall, and they're just beautiful. I love the color. You can see that we've got an absolute mess of weeds in the rocks again, even though we cleaned this up. And the squirrels have been stealing the last tomatoes. So my plan is to clear all this out, pick the last of my carrots, and I'm gonna leave these two beds in as long as I can. I've got a ton of rainbow chard, some other greens, and shiso that are still growing, and I'm gonna eat those until it snows. This front bed has some celery coming up, and the rest of the Swiss chard, which is almost done. It just looks so pretty. So I'm probably going to leave this too. And of course, I'll leave the kale because that will keep growing until it snows as well. But everything else back there, I'm going to get cleared out. My other goal today is to plant my garlic for spring. So that is what we're doing today. Let's get started. All right, I just cleared out this back bed, which is going to be next year's garlic bed, and I just cleared out these two beds of peppers. I'm leaving some dandelion greens and some comfrey, and next on to the tomatoes. And I'm debating if I'm going to let this squash keep going. It's taken over everything, but I don't think it'll have time to produce because winter is coming, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to take this and compost it. There we go, a nice big carrot. Yum. They're going to be extra sweet because it's cold out. About the size of my dog. So awesome. I found a radish that I missed. That's awesome. Cool. It looks like something took a nibble though, so I may have to peel this one. Oh, there's a side carrot. And look how big that one is. That's just the side one. Oh goodness. Well, I ended up breaking it because it's so thick. But yeah, that is huge. That is huge. I had to call in the cavalry here. My husband is trying to get this carrot out for me. And we're digging down. There's no hope for this carrot. Well, we had to break it eventually. We got more than 15 inches down, as you can see, and this thing is huge, and it was just not giving. So there you go. That is the end of our ginormous carrot harvest. I got some radishes in there too, and these are huge. I don't know if you can tell. I don't have a small hand, but these are massive. So next year I'm going to grow carrots that are a little shorter. All right, on to the next thing. Making progress. 3 beds cleared, leaving my kale and my comfrey in there. And I got some more tomatoes, which is awesome. Pretty amazing for late October. All right, I went inside to get my arugula seeds and all of my garlic, and I'm going to go ahead and water this bed. I just prepped the soil. It's nice and clean. And then I will plant my arugula and get the cold frame on top, ready for winter. Okay, I just planted all the arugula seeds. I'm just gonna pat them down. The soil's nice and wet. And then I'll go ahead and put the cold frame on top, and hopefully, at least for the next 2 months or so, we'll have some arugula even if it snows. All right, for the garlic, I'm just gonna move back the paper and take each individual clove. I leave them in their paper, and I'm gonna plant them root side down, pointy side up, about 2 inches into the dirt, about 6 to 8 inches apart. Garlic likes to be by itself in its own bed, so I'm going to give this whole bed to garlic, and it likes to be planted after the first light frost, and it will come up in spring, and hopefully next year we'll have a ton of homegrown garlic. I'm gonna get these all in the ground. That's 4 heads of garlic, which gave me an entire bed, and I should have a ton next year. I can't wait. All right, I'm almost done. I just planted the arugula and the garlic. I'm gonna put the cold frame on, and the last thing we're gonna do today is prune my plumcot tree. I am sweating, which is great because it's cold out, and almost there. I'm gonna show you guys the cold frame and pruning the tree. I'm gonna keep this nice big branch, and I'm gonna keep this one because it has a nice arch to it and it forks right in there. So I'm gonna have to trim this one, which is competing, and then I'm gonna check out which of these I wanna keep on this side. I still have a little way to go, but you can already see the difference of how open the tree looks in the middle, and there aren't any competing branches. So I kept this one here and this one here. There's a lot of space, and I'm gonna keep going on this side, and I'll show you guys the final product. So here is my pile of what I cut, and this is the final product. See how open and airy it looks in the middle of this tree now? That's the way stone fruits like to be apples are different. They like a central leader in the middle. This is pretty good. I could probably even take this branch out, but I feel good about how open this is, and I'm hoping this will really help next year. So I did a pretty aggressive cutting, which you kind of have to do, and I think this is looking good. I could take off these 2 lower branches, but I'm just gonna leave them and call it done. Very last part of today's projects. The sun is starting to go, and I'm gonna put this on top. So pretty much all this is some plexiglass in a frame with a handle, and this turns this taller bed where I've recessed the soil into a cold frame. Last year I had spinach for months and months in the winter, and this year I'm hoping to keep my arugula going. So I'm gonna put it on top and show you guys what it looks like. All right, that looks pretty good. It's on there, and this will mean that I can have greens for months to come. Really excited about it. Well, there you go, guys. We got everything done. The cold frame is in, and the tree is trimmed, my garlic is planted, and we cleared a ton out of the garden. Our compost bin is full, so I'm calling it a day. Thanks for hanging with me. Tell me, what are you doing to prep your garden for winter? Is there anything that you grow over winter where you live? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.